I told you all Moshiach was coming.
That's literally how it looks whenever you go into a trance. Everything around you is suspended and you only notice what is in the vision that you're in. Many have had trances and visions of the Lord's return. And before somebody say that trance is not biblical, you go to Acts chapter 10, verse 10. What does it say? And he became hungry. And it goes on to say that a trance fell upon him. I know typically for me, whenever I go into trances, it's in prayer. And I get so relaxed in prayer that I go into this mode half sleep, half awake. Now, open visions are different. I'll do that in another video. That one was Peter, but here's a vision that Paul had. That night, Paul had a vision. A man from Macedonia in northern Greece was standing there, pleading with him, come over to Macedonia and help us. We don't know who this man was. When you go to scripture doesn't seem to record the man when Paul goes over there. The man could have been an angel essentially telling Paul to come over there. Or he could have seen a man in prayer praying to God for help, and it translated that way to Paul, where God essentially used the likeness of man to call Paul over there to help. Nevertheless, he had a vision of a man, Macedonia, in northern Greece, and he was called there by God. So there are times whenever you go into trances or visions, and it's from God, and you see somebody say something to you, that's actually a message within the vision, which brings me to this next part. Many of you know my testimony. I was involved in witchcraft and all type of stuff. And then out of nowhere, I heard the Lord say, tell my people I'm coming. No human being, no preacher, no pastor, nobody, but the Lord himself. And cessationists typically hate that because I'm saved. And they typically don't think that God can speak to people. So that just disrupts their entire form of theology. Some of them rather call me not saved, though. I know many of you have had visions and dreams about the Lord's return. That's a part of the prophetic word in Joel 2:28 through 31 in Acts chapter 2. We're living in the fullness of it, of God bringing forth a revival of the prophetic prior to the tribulation, which is essentially God showing people different things, including what's coming. So when you have these, write them down and pray towards them, just to make sure it's God and tested by scripture. Any dream or vision that contradicts the Bible, toss it out. And for the people that say that prophecies have ceased, 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 7 tells us that prophecy and the gifts of the Spirit essentially continue until the Lord's return. He hasn't come back yet. Hit follow if you like Bible content as such. Now, for those of you that want to learn the call that God has for you and how to find it out both practically and spiritually, I'm sending out a 3-day class at the end of the month on this subject. We're going to be teaching how God uses dreams and visions to confirm what he's called you to, prophetic patterns in the Bible, and how you can find yours. God typically allows creation to confirm what he has called you to. We're going to be going over deja vu and a biblical perspective of it, and a lot more, including a 30-minute Q&A the first day. Now, that one's first come, first serve. That one's not recorded, but the classes are pre-recorded, so you can watch them anytime you want. To sign up, click the link in my bio or story or where it says class link. It's in my bio on TikTok and YouTube.